So what is going on YouTube, Mark the Not So Bright Spark here, and welcome to the Bastion overview and guide. So Bastion is of course the peaceful transformer when it comes to the Overwatch heroes. However, when it gets down to the extermination business, Bastion is the robot for you. He can switch between his mobile recon stance, stationary sentry gun stance, and tank stance for his ultimate. Bastion is a defensive role and is great for supporting his team if used correctly. Bastion is also extremely effective at holding his ground when necessary, and can keep those pesky invaders at bay without breaking an oily sweat. His default configuration is Recon, in which he is mobile and carries an SMG attached to his body that is most effective at short to medium range. This configuration does 20 damage per second up to medium range. Configuration Sentry is a static ability. When in this configuration, Bastion cannot move. He can only swivel like a sentry gun. This ability gives Bastion only 15 damage per second, however it fires around 30 rounds per second, giving him a maximum of 450 DPS in this mode. However, due to his stationary posture, Bastion is vulnerable to attack within this mode, and as it takes around 1.5 seconds to reconfigure to Recon mode, he can be taken down easily. In this mode, Bastion folds his head backwards to leave room for the turret itself, and so if an enemy sneaks behind him, he can be taken out easily with the additional headshot damage enemy players can inflict upon him. Bastion has a self-repair ability too. This allows Bastion to regain 75 health per second, although when this ability is active in either Recon or Sentry mode, it means that Bastion is unable to move or fire whilst he repairs, leaving him vulnerable if he chooses to repair in an open combat area. Bastion's ultimate ability is called Configuration Tank. This ability allows Bastion to morph into a mobile tank unit with a powerful long-range cannon that has a large blast radius with each shell. Bastion may only remain in this mode for a small amount of time. This ability allows Bastion to do around 190 damage per shell upon direct impact, with as low as 10 damage at the outer rim of the splash damage area. However, if he fires too close to himself, he can still take splash damage from his own shells. Bastion, as mentioned before, is a very defensive character and works well in Sentry mode to push back would-be attackers. However, provided you have a team willing to support you, for example a Reinhardt who shields you, you can be very good at attacking when in Sentry mode, for example on top of the payload. Bastion works well in conjunction with Mei because Mei can use her ice wall to either boost Bastion up to places he cannot normally reach, and so if used correctly, it can lead to Bastion getting a good vantage point to control the surrounding area. Or, Mei can put her ice wall up in front of Bastion, giving him time to morph into his Sentry configuration, and then when the wall disappears, he can unload on the enemies behind it. Additionally, in conjunction with Zarya's ultimate, Bastion's ultimate can tear through a group of enemies bunched up in no time. Due to his more static role in the field, Bastion can be difficult to play. However, if you know when to choose your battles, you can come out on top almost every time. Against inexperienced players, his insane damage will tear through them. However, with players who know how to counter him and good teamwork on the opposing side, you may have a hard time getting a chance to deal a decent amount of damage. Because he is such a stop-and-go hero, Bastion is best played on the move. It doesn't make much sense now, but when I explain, it will. Everyone knows that Bastion is most effective in Sentry mode, as he deals the most amount of damage this way, and so the enemy team would expect you to stay in one place. However, if you can kill and then change position to keep the enemy team guessing, they will have a much harder time countering you, as they will never know where you may pop up next. Due to his slower nature and very stationary role, Bastion is countered very effectively by the faster heroes such as Tracer. One I've found counters him particularly well is Genji. Due to Genji's fast nature, it can be hard to keep track of his movement when in Recon or Sentry mode. In addition to his speed, Genji's bullet deflection ability can tear through you, especially when in Sentry mode, due to the high damage output that is reflected directly back at you. Although his Sentry mode is his most powerful, don't be afraid to play in Recon mode. His damage output can rival that of Soldier 76, and so the advantage of movement and decent damage may be what's best for you at some stage during a match, so do not be afraid to use this stance. Keep in mind that when Bastion switches configurations between Sentry and Recon, it replenishes all the ammo he has regardless of what he had before. This means that if someone is low on HP and you don't have enough ammo left in Recon, your best bet is to switch to Sentry and to attack this way, due to the full 200 round clip you will have just been given. Well guys, I hope you have enjoyed this overview and guide of Bastion. That is it for this guide. If you think that you have any strategies that can help, please leave them down in the comments below. Now, this guide is mainly for the newer players to the game. If you've played the game already and played it for a while, this probably won't help you at all. However, for the newer players, hopefully this will help you. If you have your own strategies, please leave them in the comments. Let me know if my guide helped you at all. If you liked the video, please leave a like. If you didn't like the video, please leave a dislike. If you want more guides, more Overwatch gameplay, please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next.